Well, good morning, beautiful patriots out there. We are blessed again. What a beautiful morning. If you've woken up and you're seeing this video, you have been blessed. I wonder what this world would look like if man had never sinned. I think it'd be something else. I think we probably wouldn't know what to do. There'd be no lessons to be learned, I guess. And that's where a lot of people don't understand. You have evil and you have good. One does not exist without the other because you couldn't distinguish the two. You wouldn't know what good was if there was no evil. You wouldn't know what evil was if there was nothing good. So, yeah, they have to coexist. We Americans need to coexist. But I still don't understand why most people don't get it. If people come into this country illegally, it throws a monkey wrench in our everyday lives. We are counted through census. There are schools, hospitals. There's a lot of programs out there that have money that has been put together and put to this to these programs, and they go by the census of counting the people in the country, so they know how much money to allocate to that. When you have people who are not accounted for pouring into your communities, there's not enough money to cover everybody. And in turn, you lose. Your kids lose. Hospitals lose. That's why it's so important for immigrants to come to this country legally so they can be counted. And when they get counted, now money can be accurately distributed. That includes them. But when you come illegally, yeah, you throw a monkey wrench in it and you screw everything up. You sit here and use our resources that are really meant for American citizens. And when the American citizen needs it and it's not being done properly, they don't get as much or they don't get nothing at all. That's wrong. You cross that border illegally, you've just broke federal law. And people are talking about, well, in this country, we should have due process. That's right. Due process is for we the people. If you're not a part of the people, which being illegal, coming from another country, well, you get put on a bus, plane, trains, or automobiles, and you get shipped out of here. You get right back where you came from, the way it's supposed to be in the very beginning, as if you never came. We're not going to waste taxpayer money on courts and this and that for somebody that is here illegally. The only time they would go to court to get due process is if they commit a crime towards the American people, besides being illegally brought into the country. That's a given. But if you rob, steal, rape, murder, yeah, we'll give you a due process, a chance to speak your side. But as far as coming here illegally and then getting rounded up and shipped off, no, there's no need for that. That's already on the books. It's already proven that you don't belong in this country. And a lot of you people out there, a lot of you Americans out there who are, say, oh, this is wrong. They can't do this. They can't do that. Let me give you an analogy that maybe you could probably fathom enough to understand where we're coming from. Okay, the United States, the country, and then the borders around it, you're inside. That's your home. This is your children's home, your grandchildren's home. Okay, this is where they're going to grow up. It's where they're going to live. Illegal immigrants are just walking right into your home and doing as they please. Now, take the structure you live in, the home itself. Well, these people don't have homes, so they're just going to walk in your front door. They're going to go in your kitchen, your bathrooms, and use your home as they choose. And expect you to hand over the dollars to help them get by. no different. Would you allow them in your home unannounced, without permission, to come in and just do as they please? I highly doubt it. So why would you allow them to do that to your home, your country? Does not make sense. You have to protect your country just like you protect your home. You lock that front door. You make sure that you're armed and ready to defend it, because if not, then you lose it and maybe your life. So get your minds right, people. Our country is not a free-for-all. My home is not a free-for-all. You step in my home unannounced, you're not walking out. Now, we're nice here in the United States. We just round you up, put you on a bus, a plane, or train, or whatever, and send you on your way. We'll even give you money if you do it willingly. Wow. Go back to where you came from. You come here, we fought for this country. We fought for our rights. We didn't allow a dictator 3,000 miles across the pond to rule our lives. So why don't you go to your home in your country and defend your country and wipe out those who wish to do you wrong, and then make a beautiful place to live. Quit running from them. Pick up arms. Start taking those out that are doing you wrong. Our country is what we fought for, and we won our independence. You need to go do the same. If you're not happy, if you're feeling oppressed, you're not making no money because of the dictator that's in office in your country, send him down the river, baby. Go take care of your own. Your country is just as good as this country. It just takes you to step up. That's it. If you're in Mexico, wipe out the cartels. Stand up. Fight. Put that army together. Let the chips fall where they may. If you're in Venezuela, ship Maduro down the road. Put somebody in there that's a constitutionalist, a freedom lover, a person of the people, who put the people first. Do that, and Venezuela will be better. See, all these countries are beautiful, and y'all are running from them. It's time to stop running. It's time to start picking up arms and take your country back, so your kids and your grandkids can have a beautiful home to grow in, because they're beautiful countries. These people don't know what they got. We do. But I hear, people talking about, we're talking about dictators. Trump trying to be a dictator. No, he's not. That man does not want to be a dictator. He jokes about running for 2028. He knows he can't. But he knows it drives people crazy. And that's why he does it, because he knows it'll get a stir out of you. He knows what he can and cannot do. He's not stupid. But he's doing exactly what we elected him to do. And as much as I hate to say it, it is true. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. And once we get the criminals out of our country, we can start concentrating on our home, our people. Start concentrating on our schools, our hospitals, our health care. We got to get these ones who don't belong here out, because they're throwing the monkey wrench into all these gears and screwing things up for you and me and our grandkids and kids. Y'all need to get your minds right. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way. And coming to this country illegally is the wrong way, when we have a way for you to come. I've heard people say, well, who's going to pick our produce? Well, tell these companies to pay a decent wage, and Americans will pick the produce. That's just Simple economics. See, they've been paying illegal immigrants cheap labor because they want to be here. They don't want to leave. So in other words, they'll do whatever, even if it means being paid pennies for hard labor. No, these companies need to pay a decent wage, hire American, and stuff, and let's start prospering a lot better. We need to get our minds right, people, and we need God back in our hearts. We need Him back in this country. You know, I really don't care about the separation of church and state. That's a bunch of bullshit as far as I'm concerned. God needs to rule our lives. We need to give our lives over to Him, trust in His plan. And for all you who are worried, who don't know what tomorrow's going to hold, you don't feel worthy enough, and you thinking about taking your own life, trust in God's plan, because if you do that and you go before God, He's going to be upset because you didn't trust in Him. You didn't trust His plan. And you took it upon yourself. Yeah, times can be hard. Things can be difficult. But they don't last forever. You need to stand up for your life. It's the one gift that God has given you that you need to stand up for. Let Him lead your life. Let Jesus be your foundation. That's it. It doesn't get any better. And God will deliver you. Do not take it upon yourself. You don't have that right. He'll let you have that choice, but since you didn't want to, follow His plan and trust in His plan, it's kind of hard to accept you into the kingdom of heaven when you can't even master this. So put the gun down. Don't put the rope up. Get it out of there. Go fall on your knees and give it to God and watch God change your life. It doesn't rain every day. We're all going to have our trials and tribulations. But trust in God's plan. And when He is ready to call you home, He will. It's not for you to do. It's for Him. I love all my brothers and sisters out there. I don't care what color skin you are. We need to take care of one another. Quit harming each other. And those who are lost, we need to show them the way back. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing people moan and complain about Trump this, Trump that, and yet they cannot come up with one example of what he's done that they accuse him of. Oh, he's a dictator. Well, what makes you think he's a dictator? Well, he said he wouldn't. No, he was messing with you. He's joking. We know he was joking. He already said, I don't want to be a dictator. I don't want to be a king. But here you are. Y'all say, oh, well, he's a racist. Okay, what did he do as what made him racist? They can't answer it. Because it's just accusing without evidence. So it has no leg to stand on. Give me a break. If you're going to accuse somebody of something, you better come with receipts. Because you do that just about to anybody else, they'll probably bust your teeth out of your mouth. So you better know what you're talking about. Trump is not a racist. He has done way too much for the black community for me to think he's a racist. Keeping black colleges alive, especially that one in Tennessee that's so disrespectful, that doesn't deserve it. Allowing multiple billions of dollars so that young black entrepreneurs can have funds to start a business. That's pretty generous for a racist. Has multiple employees out the wazoo who have nothing but good things to say about him. who said that, President Trump put himself at their level and did not think of himself as higher than them. Did exactly what they were doing right beside them. Because he wants them to know that he knows where they're at and where they've come from. So he's humbled himself. He didn't have to. He could step in his penthouse. But no, he put the apron on. He did the job that he done what he's asking them to do, what he's paying them to do. Most people don't do that. And then y'all sit here and say, oh, he's a racist. Hell, some of his employees had trouble paying their medical bills. Guess what? He paid it. I'll take care of your medical bills. Limo gets a flat. Farmer down the road, driving by, sees him have a flat. Fixes his flat. You know what Trump does? Sends his wife flowers in a letter. And in that letter stated that he appreciated her husband's help so much. And in return, he paid their mortgage off. Man, that's amazing. I can't tell you how many times I pulled over the side of the road to help somebody change a tire, and I don't expect anything from them. And I mean, just a happy handshake and know that their gratitude is there and they are happy knowing that they're back on the road and they're going to be safe. I mean, and they're going to get to their families again safe. That's reward enough for me. They don't have to do nothing for me. Trump didn't have to do nothing for that man. Could just thank him, send him on his way. But he sent his wife flowers with a letter, paid their mortgage off. They went out to eat for dinner that time. That's pretty good. A man who has done so much and who's so generous has received so much hate, and I don't know why. I don't understand your logic in hating this man. When I saw him growing up through when I was growing up, and I saw him in New York, he was loved by everybody. He's generous. He, give kids money, go play, go have fun. He fixed the ice skating rink in record time and under budget for New Yorkers. This man has done a lot. He's donated his plane for people who needed to fly from another continent to here and back. Kids that were sick, who couldn't get the air travel that they needed. He sent his plane. Who does that? And yet you hate on this man for this. I don't get it. Please share this video. Somebody tell me something. Justify it in any way you possibly can. Help it make sense. He wants this country to be better for you and me and him and his family and all them live here. He wants his home great. I want my country great. I don't want to live like China or North Korea. We have been the best example for the world for the longest time. Trump is just trying to make that better. Trying to make our lives better. For years, we have been paying out the wazoo. And look, and no family in this country should struggle. And Trump realizes that. But the powers that be are always going to try to keep you down. Don't want you to get ahead. Trump wants you to get ahead. He wants you to have something. He wants you to be a part of something that is wonderful. And this country is that. He's not a racist. He's not a dictator. He's not trying to be a king. He's just trying to be a president, keeping his promises that he made to the ones who put him there. I don't agree with everything that he does, but he is doing exactly what I asked him to do, and every voter who voted for him to do. So don't get mad at him. You don't want to get mad at somebody, you can get mad at us, because we're tired of the bullshit, and we're ready to get our lives back in order, and we're going to do so whether anybody likes it or not. If you don't like what's going on, you are free in this country to buy a plane ticket anywhere you want to go and never look back. You can do that. Rosie O'Donnell did it. I feel sorry for Ireland, but hey, you know, she might just keep to herself. Who knows? But let's make this country great. Let's bring God back. One nation under God. That's the way it needs to be. Look to him. Let him be your foundation. You know, give Trump a break. Leave these ICE agents alone. I promise you this. If one ICE agent falls to a would-be criminal out here protesting, you're going to see us. We're going to come and pay you a visit. We're going to make sure that these ICE agents are safe. And if anybody tries to bring harm to them, well, we'll make an example out of you. And we will send that message. You better get right. Go home. Go to work. Leave these people alone and let them do their jobs. Because if not, we're going to start putting boots to asses. And we're not going to let anybody stand in our way. You better get your mind right, or we're going to get you right. Guys, I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful morning. I got some exercising I need to do. I need to get off my butt. I pray for each and every one of you out there. I love each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best. Stop harming people. Let's bring this country back together. And until the next time, like, subscribe, share the video. I want to hear some comments, and let's talk about it. All right? Peace. Talk to you later.